Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council, and as you've heard before, we have the Blue Ridge Art Space as our new home, and we are filling it with creative and fun activities. And boy, one of the most exciting ones that we've had lately has been this group, and more of them. This is a representation of the group. You met Jody Bergerstock recently, and she did a little demo of painting with alcohol ink. And then Jody decided to spread the wealth. And so she has taught a lot of folks all about alcohol ink, and y'all are the craziest, most fun group I have ever worked with.
We work in two rooms and you can't tell which one is laughing loudest. It's so much fun. It rubs off on you.
It really does. Let me introduce everybody. This is Jody Bergerstock
Nice to meet you.
and Barbie Quatrano. And then over here we have Betsy Troxler and Ana Maria Castadera. Is that close enough? There's a Spanish version of that name, but I'm not real good at saying it. But at any rate, these are some of your class. You've got others. Altogether, you had about a dozen people involved.
And maybe more of the people who came and left, and
Right.
you couldn't make all the classes.
And so, had anybody in the groups already done alcohol ink before?
Only two people had, and the newest people really surprised me. They just excelled. Betsy had never done it before.
Never heard of it.
And we had a lot of people who just couldn't get it at first, and all of a sudden there was a major transformation.
A breakthrough.
Yeah, it was a breakthrough. A big
When I had
breakthrough
my
for everybody.
breakthrough, I was running through up and down the hallway trying to find Jody's like, I did it.
Let's talk about that process, because it's kind of like you have to discover almost what the painting wants to be.
Yes.
Exactly.
Painting wants to be the boss. And because if you try to control it, this was Barbie's philosophy.
First of all, you have to know that Jody told us it was like being in kindergarten and we were just going to play with paint.
Yes.
And that was a long time ago.
But I never left kindergarten, really. I ended up teaching it for a while, and I've never left, so for me it's easy.
That's why she equated it to that. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about some of the work that they produced. I'm going to start with what's behind me so that we can then go to what you guys have in your hands. These are Betsy's, both of these are.
Yeah.
And Betsy, you have just gone like crazy.
I did.
Amazing stuff, so fast.
Well, it just picked, as soon as I hit that moment, and I understood what I was trying to do with it, because I'm so used to painting with brushes or something like that. And then I started doing it with my fingers. I was, of course I had the ink on my fingers, but I managed to get that off. But all of a sudden I just had this breakthrough, and it was so exciting, and I couldn't have to go tell Jody. And I just couldn't. She couldn't believe it. She went, "Oh my gosh!" Compared to what you were doing earlier, this is amazing. And I just was amazed that I could actually pick up on it, because I'd never heard of it. The paper's different. The colors were different.
Everything.
They're brighter, for one thing.
Yeah, they're
than just about
brighter.
everything you work with.
Yeah.
And didn't you tell me you only had 2 classes?
I had only had 1.5 or 2 classes.
Yeah.
When you had
When I started
Lots
the whole
of
thing.
emails.
Well, I had met Jody in the frame shop, and if I hadn't met Jody in the frame shop, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have done any of this. But I was so excited about it, and I said, I don't know, do you think I can really do it? I didn't know if I'd be able to do it or not.
So you discovered a whole new world.
I
It is a
did.
whole new world, and you're amazing. She just sits down, and there's a masterpiece within it. This is so much fun to watch. So
I'm fast.
you are fast.
One of the quieter members of the group, but definitely not the least productive, is Ana Maria, and she does some great stuff. You came, I think every class, didn't you?
No, I came to 3 classes.
Okay.
And basically I'm a friend of Jody's. I've known her for quite a many years.
Yeah.
And I haven't done art since I was 18.
Really?
Yeah, in college I took a class, and that was it. And so I just said, you know what, for the fun of it and just to let my creativity flow, I'm going to go and see what this is all about. And I got hooked. And the things that came out are just amazing, because I really didn't need to be precise and artistic and all the things that one thinks one needs to be, one kind of just needs to let the ink flow, and then let your imagination flow. And then all of a sudden, all these things started coming out, and now I'm hooked. And I'm going to be coming every month, twice a month. To be together.
Yeah, we're getting together every first and third Tuesday, right? From
1
what to
o'clock.
what?
I can't
1 o'clock
wait.
till 4.
I'm addicted to it.
However long you
I'm
want to
just
stay.
like-
I think you were
This
still
was
there when
Jody's
I
great
left.
idea because this group enjoys painting together so much. They wanted to keep doing it after the class had ended. And I think, all of you have your own paint. You could paint at home, but it's not as much fun to do it that way as it is to get together and to help each other find things and
It's
enjoy
very
that.
inspiring.
Right.
I do my
Yes.
best work in a group.
Yes.
And I worked last night. I did 3 paintings last night. I'll work till 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
I'm really hooked. But I just love getting together with the group, and I get inspired by everybody, by what they're doing, by any little suggestion, and you can share all that, and it just makes
That's
so
great.
much more
Yeah.
fun.
Emma, show some of your paintings that you've got in front of you.
Well, this is one of them. And this I used the technique of the cotton ball and just kind of with alcohol and just blotting it, and then you get this real fun texture on the painting.
And you just saw a snake emerge, so you call it slithering, right?
Slithering, because as you can see, there's a
see it.
snake that popped up in there.
That's great.
And then this is just a landscape that I did.
Just playing, and that's what
Just
comes
playing,
out.
just playing.
Talk about that.
This
That's
one.
interesting.
And then, so what I do is when I have the cotton ball and I am kind of lightening up the painting, then I have all this paint and I had these strips next to me, so I started just blotting them and cleaning my cotton. And then lo and behold, I go, oh wow, that looks like a flower. And so then I kind of like put a stem in, and now I have these bookmarkers.
Now you're going to paint the
Great.
back of them.
Pardon?
Now you're going to have to paint the back of them.
Right.
That's easy.
Actually, you could frame them like that. It's
Yeah,
a
you
very
could frame
I
it.
think
It's
so,
very
too.
interesting.
Well.
You're right.
Things just kind of morph into something. It's hard to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to do this, and
Yes.
you kind of mess yourself up if you think this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
Because the whole beauty of this, alcohol inks to me is the morphing. You just start putting something on there, and it just
It becomes
starts
its own thing.
Yeah.
Now you've got 3 of Anna's in your lap as well.
Yeah.
So and I like that, Anna, because you've played with a lot of contrast. Was that done in one sitting or 2? Because I wondered
One
if,
sitting.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Because that
beautiful.
darkness, I
In
thought you
fact-
might have had
Yeah,
to come back.
I love
This
that.
was the first class.
I don't
Okay.
remember
My
seeing
first
that.
attempt. That class, I did 5 paintings, and
Oh,
this was
wow.
one of
I
them.
love that.
You did 5 in one class?
5. They were just like, you just let the ink do its thing, and then you go, oh, okay, I'll put a little splotch here and a little something there, and then, well, okay.
I'm an artist.
There it is.
Overnight.
I'm back.
And we have another landscape here that became a landscape.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes.
I love
This
that
was,
one.
in fact, using one of that ladies' technique, the one on the internet that Jody introduced us to. And
Beautiful. Beautiful colors. Beautiful.
And then the next one is one that everybody, I think, did a peacock. didn't
Love
they?
the peacock.
Not everybody, but a lot of people did. We did a peacock class.
Okay, and talk about the peacock a second, Jody.
Well, there's a teacher online that loves peacocks, and I had actually done a peacock before I even knew this teacher. But and I used it as my picture this summer at another art show, and she saw it and she said, "Oh, you're doing peacocks." But since then, my sister liked the peacock, and I ended up I've probably done 5. But, and now I have to do roosters because I have all my chickens.
Oh, I love the rooster.
I did a rooster. But I will get back to, in fact, I started hanging them in a hallway. I'm going to have a peacock hallway upstairs where a lot of light and where my stairs turn. But the peacocks are so interesting, and a lot of people do them.
Because it's all peacock colors.
Yeah, it's all peacock colors, and you can just go from a real looking peacock to your imagination can go wild. You can put monocolors. I saw one that's blue on blue and white, or you can do every color in the rainbow. So they're fun to do, and the inks tend to blot in a circle, as Barbie will tell you, because she can't get them to go this way. And so that's a peacock too, the feathers. And
Let's let Barbie talk about that, especially talk about the first one, because that is really cool.
Well, I live in the mountains, and I love doing mountain pictures, and that one just sort of happened. That was an early on one. I was still trying to learn it, and I kind of fought it for a while, and it all came together. But the colors really do its thing.
Now I'm going to let Jody tell us about this piece.
Oh,
okay, good.
Never mind, Jody will talk.
This was done in my class, and I'm standing, Barbie's here and I'm over here, and I see this blob of white in the sky, and she doesn't like it. So she picks up her alcohol, which is 91% alcohol, and she makes an outline for this pine tree. Then she followed it with green ink, and being the artist she is, then she filled it in with other colors of green, and voila, in minutes, she had this beautiful, beautiful pine tree, which between this and all the reds, I love this red mountain. She was going to erase it, and I said, don't erase it. But isn't it beautiful?
It's interesting to me to see how y'all how the progression of the class, not just in what they've done, but then they start exploring with new ways to make things happen. And I walked into the gallery, and I did not bring that painting with me because it was on the wall, but Lois had done one, Lois Norris, that I thought was done in watercolor or something like that. Because it was just so precise. You think of alcohol ink as being a little on the wild side and blurring and all that, but that one is very controlled.
Well, it was like a European city with a man walking down the road and the windows and all the things that I can't make happen.
Well, what she did is she masked things off, and she blotted things before she painted, and then picked up the tape, and she had a straight line.
That's how she did
what's
that.
interesting about it. And I know I was shocked. I said, did you bring a watercolor? Exactly. It looks very different.
That's exactly what I thought. I walked in, I thought they were going to do all alcohol ink. But everything in that exhibit, we didn't mention, this group has a group exhibit going on during January. And so y'all had a wild and woolly time hanging that.
Oh, and we had a wild and woolly time at the party Saturday night.
That was great.
Because everybody's friends came in. Even you who grew up in this city said, there's people here I've never met. Yes, we got her. But
so, there were a lot of people that were new.
They had never been
a lot of people.
I'm hoping there are people that have been watching and have just figured out when to come and be part of the fun, because it really is
Saturday. And we keep emailing. Maria emailed, you emailed out on Facebook.
Yes.
And that helps. When you get more than one invitation, you do get more people because they go, oh, I can't miss this. And I know the people who missed it are very sorry.
I know. Because
they're posting pictures and stuff.
They still have a chance.
They still have a chance all month.
And
come join us.
Let's talk a few more, then we're going to talk about how people can get into this.
I want to talk about our bird brain teachers.
Well, that's where I was at.
Thank you very much. This is my favorite.
Okay, she described yours, you describe hers, Barbie.
I think it looks like Jody saw a rainbow and then went in and exploded it all over the sky. Just look at this gorgeous thing. She has every color in it. I wish you could see it up close because the texture is phenomenal. It's really a beauty.
Thank you.
And also the contrast. One thing I'm noticing when I said y'all are progressing on is that you're finding ways to add like this dark tree, things that can be, that you wouldn't necessarily when you first start alcohol ink, you don't see those opportunities or you don't know how to do them. And over time, you start figuring out all these additional techniques. And so I'm watching this group move ahead. Betsy's got a lot of those in her pieces, very strong sections and contrasting colors and that kind of thing, bright tones, dark tones,
Abstracts. So. I just always have like doing abstracts too. But if you use the right inks and you just kind of let it go, you can turn it into something abstract if you want to. You have to let it dry. And then I learned that from Jody, and because I was trying to do something on top of something that was already wet, and it was it was starting to run, and I was going, what is this?
Well, I can't get over how many lines you work in yours, because every time I put a line in, it explodes into everything else.
That's somehow Betsy does.
I can't wait. I'm impatient.
Well, it's a real lesson in life, and this one I kept trying to teach because she said, I wanted to do this and it's not doing this, and so I'm finding all these quotes about let go and let God, and let go is the whole point. Let go and let it happen, because the ink is your partner, and it's going to do what it wants to do. And then you, once it's dry or whatever, then you can control it
You
and
want to
add
influence
your
it.
tree. Yes, you want to influence it.
I just tamed that tree.
Okay, now
love that
all these
tree.
people are sitting out there going, "Ooh, that sounds like fun." And so, how do they get involved with this? Now, the classes are over, but we will be teaching some more,
We
Jody, and
will.
I've already
I'm
talked
missing
about
already teaching.
Well, we'll
But
rectify that
we're
problem.
doing twice a month, yeah.
But those who were already in the class, or anyone who wants to come and be part of it, you're having a party twice a month.
Yes, yes.
Every first and third Tuesday
Yes.
at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
And you're calling it 50
Oh,
Shades of-
50 Shades of Fun.
Yeah.
And the 50 Shades is because you've got more than 50 shades really.
Oh,
all these
yeah.
And
colors.
it is fun.
And it's a blast.
Yeah.
I should say 50 Shades of Blast, but that wouldn't make sense.
It's not Shades of Fun sounds a little bit
Yeah.
better. As you can see, these folks really get into this stuff and have a fantastic time doing it. And one of the benefits, besides the wonderful paintings, is the friendships.
Yes.
And so
Amazing.
I've seen a lot of relationships emerge from this whole group
amazing.
and from all the different things that we do with the Arts Council. So if you're looking for a way to connect with the community, this is a
Yes,
great
it
opportunity to do
is
that.
Amazing.
So
Yeah, we're all helping each other and get just as excited about someone else's painting
Yeah.
as our own.
Yeah.
And I found that to be just phenomenal. I love that.
well, and Anna Maria is a good example too. That some of you've been painting a lot over your lifetime. Anna Maria was not.
Right.
And yet you were able to jump right into this thing, and with their encouragement, you were able to just do whatever worked.
Oh, yeah.
Of different things.
And have lots of fun, and it's almost like, oh, my creativity just opened up a little more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful.
I'm so glad that y'all have been doing this, and that you're going to keep on doing it.
Yes, we
And
are.
I can't
Oh,
wait
yeah.
to see.
I'll be there.
Somebody stop me now. Like Jim Carrey said.
And we're inviting you to become part of this group
Yes.
too, because it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun, and you will be very happy that you did. And if painting with alcohol inks isn't quite your thing, and you're thinking, but I'd rather do something different, believe me, we've got those too. This is just one of the many examples.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I encourage you to get in touch with us. Our website is watauga-arts.org, and also we have a very active Facebook page where we put up pictures of people having fun. So, so you can check that out as well, and come and be a part of the arts.
Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.